The Chargers moved back to San Diego. The Bears took care of business, and that's overrated.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm Sam Olber. That's Matt Cozy. And you are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, trade on anything. We got a fun one for you today. I'm going to break the news to Matt about the thumbs down saga in the last segment. We're going to talk about PCA, maybe on the greatest run that we've seen ever. But we start with Wrigley Field back in the 50s when it was a football ballpark, or whenever that was. Matt and I were joking off the air. I told him it looked like he was overheating. He thought I was calling him, saying he was overeating. So we're off today, which is great. The Cubs were on.
So are the Padres.
Yeah,
the Padres.
The Cubs were on today, Matt. They have gone
in a big way.
They have gone 7-9 to 20-3 to 7-22 to 15-4.
Wow.
How are you digesting A, this ball game today, and B, where things are at as we hit a rare spot where they play 3 games in 5 days?
So the last 19 games, I think I've really had a good time with those, especially considering they only won 7 or 8 for over a month prior to that. I have really kept it in perspective and enjoyed it because
I think I overate.
Just in the last 3 weeks, Sam, they've
hurts.
won double the games as that month plus stretch.
Right.
That stretch was awful. It was brutal to cover. We told a lot of truths during that period, and we're doing it now as well. Listen, the last 19 games, there's not many better teams in baseball. The Marlins are on a hot stretch. The Rays hit a lot of home runs all of a sudden. The Rangers entered today, winners of 6 in a row. I think they've lost. The Dodgers are the Dodgers, right? The Brewers are the Brewers, but the Cubs have really etched out this spot for what's now the 3rd time this year. The 2 10-0 stretches, which is the 20-3 stretch, like you said, and now 15-4.
Unbelievable.
And something like we documented earlier this week, something flipped. And now they've swept another team. They swept the Padres out of the park. It was close for comfort the first 2 games, and then anything but this last game, winning by 20. Yes, it was hot. Yes, it was windy. Man. And the offensive environment was very appetizing. But what about the Cubs pitching? Of which Trent Thornton was not on anyone's radar, of which Jordan Wicks was not on anyone's radar, of which Colin Ray just continues to do mostly Colin Ray things. They only allowed 3 runs, and they only allowed 2 on Monday. So really good things for the Cubs. I say we keep enjoying it because there's a pocket coming up that's also very winnable.
Great points. Here's where I'm at, and then we could actually talk about the specific game. We got plenty of time. Jed and Craig and Hawkins
Carter
like to say. Why
don't you use his first name like the other 2 guys?
Yeah, I know. I like to perform. They like to say that the team's identity is their defense, which is fine. Right. I think the team's identity is this, which is you don't know what you're going to get. And when they're on, they're very dangerous. They're as dangerous as anybody in the league, including the teams that you mentioned. And when they're off, they're unwatchable. And I actually think that might be their identity. We continue to talk about their pitching, right? I think their pitching is, now granted, they have a ton of injuries. It feels like their pitching is not going to be the difference to help them win, and it's not going to be the reason why they lose. They're going to have some rough stretches because they're short guys, but it's this offense that is really the pulse, the heartbeat of what this team is doing. And by the way, this isn't new. This is how it was in 23 when they went on that crazy stretch. Remember that stretch where they scored like 20 runs back-to-back games against the Reds that one late July, early August night?
Yeah, I was at one of those games.
Yeah, like their offense could go on these stretches that make you believe, and then they can go on these stretches that make you want to watch football. Or watch, the World Cup or whatever it is. And I think it might just be as simple as when they're hot. And if they get on one of these stretches at the right time, they could be dangerous. And I love that you pointed out the pitching, because this was a brutal, brutal series to pitch in. The Cubs just pitched well. The Padres didn't. I mean, Dansby's last homer was 92 miles an hour off the bat.
Right.
I mean, every ball hit in the air, like every single time there was a ball in the air, I just assumed it was leaving the yard. This was one of those series when Jed's trying to recruit an offensive free agent. He tells him about it. He's like, yeah, it might stink a little bit in April, but there's going to be some times here. And it was great. It was great to see Wrigley play like that. We just haven't had a lot of series like that. I think there's going to be another one this weekend. And I mean, before we even get to the specifics, I mean, I guess, what are your thoughts on that? Like, that this is, expect the unexpected with this team. And by the way, shout out to a friend of the show, Justin Steele, who texted me on Monday and said, we're going to sweep. Vibes are really good.
And he was right.
And because you could just, it felt like, I know the Mets series was really nice, but Matt, it felt like something changed Saturday and Sunday up in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it started to change Saturday night, but really it changed during that thriller on Sunday. And I continued to see it all week. I think the marquee cameras have been really helpful to me with this in terms of the vibe checks. Do you see these guys after these home runs are hit? Emotion. It's incredible. Craig's into every pitch. Even today, he was doing some light pacing when Colin Ray was in that bases loaded jam.
Brewers Craig.
Yeah, and I'm tracking with what you're saying there. And so is the conclusion that this team is going to live or die by their offense? I don't think that's unfair at all. We know they're going to have pitching problems, and it is going to do them in, in the regular season every now and then, or perhaps beyond. But if these hitters hit well, the group that we, for better or worse, know so well now, the last 2, 3, 4, 5+ years, or in the case of Ian Happ, 10, they play really well. And I think the defense is a nice backbone to have, but it's really when they step up to the plate, like you say, that's the difference maker here.
And I remember doing a solo show, a couple months back when they were really hot. And I was like, hey, this feels sustainable because like nobody's hitting and they're really hot. And then it went real south after that. But now you are starting to see the guys. This is what it looks like when guys that are historically better than what they've done start to get going, particularly the shortstop, which we'll talk about.
Crazy.
But, if you want to use the term regression to the mean or something like that, you can. But whatever it is, it was really fun to see. And I want to talk about this game in detail. The Cubs hit 8 home runs. Swanson just hit another one. And we're going to talk about that coming up next.
Today's episode is brought to you by Kalshi. Baseball season is here and now, and you can trade every game on Kalshi. This is where the prediction market heats up. Just like the weather outside is heating up, so is the prediction market. I saw on there today LeBron James' next destination. It was Warriors, Cleveland, Miami, San Antonio even snuck in there with some percentage points in the 4th spot. And right now on Friday, the Cubs' next game, they're at 60% probability to beat the Cardinals, which if you put down $100, that would pay out $170, which would be really nice. And on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position for a limited time. Download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi, to trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Thank you for making Locked On Cubs your first listen of the day. If you haven't already, go check out our new Everydayer Club, which includes ad-free episodes and more. Go to lockedoncubs.supercast.com or click the link in this episode description. Also, please subscribe on YouTube. We're now less than 1,000 away from a 20,000 milestone. I was hoping to get it done by July 4th. That won't happen. All right, Matt, can I say a stat for you? I'm going to do a little trivia. Have you seen this Dansby stat, the RBI stat yet?
No.
Okay. I don't expect you to get this, but it just puts into perspective. Dansby Swanson has 26 RBIs. This is according to Jesse Rogers, by the way. Has 26 RBIs in a 10-game span. The only players to do this in a 10-game span within a season since the RBI became official in 1920. There's 5 players that have done it, and one player did it twice. Any guesses? I'll give you a hint. It's all before 1940.
Lou Gehrig?
Lou Gehrig did it twice.
I got it right?
Yeah, he did it twice.
Wow.
You would care to guess any of the others? All in the 1930s, one in the 1920s you won't get.
Ted Williams?
No, Williams was one more 40s.
Oh, another era.
There's one more you could get. Late 30s, same team as Lou Gehrig, but not Babe Ruth.
Mickey Mantle? Same
position. And here's to you, Joe
DiMaggio.
Okay, here's the list, folks. Joe DiMaggio, Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig, Mel Ott, and Dansby Swanson.
Wow.
26 RBIs in a 10-game span. If you were to tell me that he'd be on a list like that, and you say, hey, what's the list? I'd say, I don't know, just naming baseball players. I mean, these are some of the great RBI guys and they played 100 years ago.
Well, he has like 9 homers since last week.
And look, I'm going to say this. Matt, you're probably not going to like me saying this, but I'm going to say it. Yes, folks, we had an episode a couple weeks ago talking about benching him. Like our job's to cover what we see. If you want to make fun of us, great. We'll laugh with you. It's hard to when you talk about a team every day, you got to talk about that stuff, or else we'll just come up here and just say every day, hey, everything's going to be fine. So yes, I got a lot of those. And no, I'm not going to apologize to Dansby because I don't think he knows who I am. All right. Other stories from this game, Pete, Matt just continues to have the,
Wait, can I ask you about Dansby and continue that convo for a sec?
Yeah, because I don't know what to say anymore about Pete. I'm out.
Well, Dansby, that's too bad because it's usually a 30-minute show. Dansby, Sam had we talked about it because he was hitting the worst of his career, and because baseball is beautiful, he's now hitting at the best stretch of his career.
Yeah, and even
how does that happen?
And Counsell said after the game today, he's like, "You try and figure it out. I can't."
It was the worst of his career. He was in the 170s, folks.
Well, he's the worst hitter in baseball.
The single worst hitter in baseball, got to 175 at one point, and now this is his best stretch of his entire life, right after the worst one.
Well, it kind of summarizes this team, right? It's just the extremes right now. I mean,
oh my god,
how many 20-3? How many 2-10-game winning streaks have we seen? And then they followed it up by losing 22 out of 29. I mean,
so the final tally on that was 7-22.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have a 10-game losing streak in there.
Oh, so that's just horrible. 7 wins in a month.
I don't know if it was, I don't know when it started, but I did the math. I went through it today.
Started on May 9th.
Some real wild NBA moves today. I like Norman Powell to the Bulls. The Dansby thing's great for him. I mean, he drove an 8. And here's the thing. Yes, his last hit was against a position player, but he also hit, I do think Dansby hit really well early in April and saw no results. And my least favorite saying in baseball is, well, he's good. If he just stays right there, everything will be fine. It's really hard to stay right there. It's really hard to have repetitive good at-bats and good swings. So when you have them, you have to have good results. And I think Dansby's case was just one where he had a decent month with no results. Then he had a horrible month with horrible results. Totally. And then you look up and it's 175, and now he's hitting well again. And he, maybe he's taking advantage of the wind a little bit. It's well-deserved. Saya's red hot. He
is.
Michael Conforto had 2 left-on-left home runs. I didn't know that was legal on a council team.
Conforto had a huge game. Amaya had a 2-out clutch hit when it was still
which was really nice.
Score.
Which was really nice to see because his at-bats have left a lot to be desired here the last 10 days.
Absolutely. Yeah. You named all the big line scores that I really thought about.
Nothing from Bregman, nothing from Nico.
No. And Bush didn't get on base till the end there. Nice to see him break through a little.
And then he had a homer off a position player.
Yeah. I'll look up some Saya stats for our next show because
because I don't want to do that.
I think he's in a pretty good 25-30 game pocket.
He's having a Saya year. I mean, this is Saya. He's having the most Saya year ever. And it's good and everybody's happy and it's great. All
right. So you want to talk about Pete?
Here, let me say this about Pete. He had another homer, another hit. It's all coming together. I loved that Council sat him versus the position players. Let me tell you why. And this is just a me thing. That's superstar status, right? Because in baseball, it's so hard to get good results. And I remember, I think it was last year, right around April, when he started to get hot, he had a double off a position player, and it got him going a little bit. And it's so much about confidence. And that to me, him saying, I'm good sitting, Council sitting him there. Yeah, because what's one extra inning of rest? It's not. Sure. That's like say, I don't need it. I'm good. I don't need the free cheese, man. I'm good. I'm good. Right. Seriously, I loved it. That's what the real superstars do. The highest or if in Barry Bonds' era they were throwing out position players, I'm not doing this. I'm good.
No, he could just take a seat.
Yeah, I'll take a seat and I'll face Maddox tomorrow and you can meet me in right center. I thought that was cool. I love what you said about Ray Thornton. Wicks still gives up a lot of hits.
He threw a ton of pitches.
He just gives up a lot of hits. I mean, I'm thankful for the job that he did on Sunday, but man, in his career, when he comes in, he just gives up a lot of base hits.
Well, apparently he's not in Saturday's plans if he pitched today.
Yeah, that's your job. I don't know what the plans are.
No, I'll get to
who's even pitching Friday? Peterson?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a really hot weekend again. And by the way, just a quick spoiler, they're probably going to blow out St. Louis this weekend. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they didn't win the series.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, the Cardinals have played well this week against the Braves, but we'll
keep piling up those wins, dog.
We'll save that to tomorrow.
Sam, Pete is producing at a superstar level like we haven't seen since the Rizzo and Bryant era. Baez also had a 36-game stretch in 18.
Yeah, it's better than that. Yeah, it's better.
Aramis, well, I could give you the numbers.
Yeah, I don't care. It's better than that.
Aramis had a couple stretches in 05, 06. D. Lee had a video game slash line in 05 for 34 ball games. He had 441. But aside from Sosa in 98, Sosa in 00, Sosa in 01, dude, this Pete stretch has been profound, and it's no coincidence that the team wins.
If he doesn't win Player of the Month and he's not an All-Star,
here we go.
I will formally resign.
So there's 2 conditions there. He's got to be Player of the Month
for June,
and make the All-Star game.
If he doesn't make the All-Star game with the season he's having, because
here we go, another empty thread.
I sit here and ramble, and you can't stand about Corbin Carroll. He's soared past Carroll's season now.
Correct, and you better and come correct about that. Yeah. Corbin Carroll.
Well, he's really been slumping for my team. He's having. Who's more deserving to be on the All-Star team besides Ohtani?
No. Pete's the second best player on the planet
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Judge being hurt right now, he is.
Right.
He is. That's not. And by the way, It's not even that bold of a
He's the
statement.
best position player in baseball.
Right now, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep
And
thinking
he should start the Midsummer Classic. It's bogus he's going to be coming off the bench, and you know it.
Of course it is. Yeah. No, well, some of the starters, it looks weird. It's not a good look for baseball. It's a lot of
great, not great lineups.
Yeah,
a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, it's not good for baseball. I mean, Alex and I were speaking about some of those. There's just not a lot of big time superstars, but luckily we have one of them. We were supposed to have two of them, and it was supposed to be Alex Bregman. We're going to talk about this really unnecessary thing with the thumbs down. I just want to see Matt's take on it and more coming up next. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like watching a Cub game. I mean, come on. Wednesday at 1:20, 100 degrees. Make sure you're hydrated. Put on the sunscreen and watch the Cubs bash 8 home runs. The excitement, the fans. The only problem, getting tickets can feel like a grind sometimes. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where there's Game Time. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with the constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period, folks. It's a little too hot for me personally to go to a ball game this weekend. I don't do well in the heat. I get sunburned, dehydrated. I lose appetite. But once this heat gets down to about 80, 85 degrees, I'm going to be clicking on Game Time because this team has earned the right for me to spend money to watch them play. 2 taps and it's done. There's no stress, no hidden fees, just great seats and minutes. That's what makes it so easy to decide last minute to hit a game. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. I'm Sam Olber. He's Matt Cosi, and you are locked on Cubs. And hey, thank you. We're lifelong fans taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Read the wrong thing. Thank you for making Locked On Cubs the #1 podcast in the world. Matt, it took us a while. We did pass Rizzo and David Ross.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we did pass them in the rankings. I don't know how long that'll hold, but, would love to have them on sometime and just chat about, #1 podcast rankings, World Series wins, yada, yada. Tomato.
Yeah, no, I know you did send me that screenshot the other day. I think that's really cool. I hope to keep it rolling, and it's good company to keep for sure.
Well, we're not going to be able to keep it rolling unless you get some AC. All right. You just look really warm to me. I hope you're feeling all right.
I know. I think it's the camera angle.
Okay, no, it's not that bad. I'm exaggerating. Hey, Cole Wright.
Where's LeBron gonna go?
Yeah, it's gonna be either Miami or Golden State. Cole Wright really liked my Don Rickles reference on Twitter the other day.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It was nice to see somebody show some love to my favorite comedian of all time.
Oh, that's nice. Cole Wright, yeah, he does a nice job.
Yeah, he does. He's a nice guy.
Alex Cohen and Lise Menaker, I was warming up to them.
I gotta say, and again, it feels lazy because the team's winning. Right. But I gotta tell you, I thought Alex Cohen, and I'm not just saying this because he's been on the show. I thought his calls, because he's had some big, important calls.
Well, and he's doing a lot of games. Spoog is never there.
And JD's been out for a while.
Yeah.
I thought Alex knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he did.
No pun intended.
Yeah, he's really coming into his own. I really enjoyed listening to his calls this week.
The Seiya call, the Seiya walk-off, because it was so hard to see if the ball had dropped or not, I thought was like a really high-level call. So good for him. And I thought Elise did a nice job too. I mean, again, a lot easier when everyone's happy, but
sure.
But I thought he did a nice job. All right. So I want to explain to you this thumbs down saga that's going on. And the only reason I want to bring it up is because I just want to send a message very kindly to a great baseball player in Alex Bregman. Okay. So here's the thumbs down thing. And I have no idea if it was meant intentionally or not. I want to preface that. The odds are it wasn't. But in 2021, Francisco Lindor and Javier Baez were on the Mets, and they were getting booed a lot. So every time they scored, they did something good. They did a thumbs down, essentially like making fun of the fans. Like, hey, we stink. We're so bad, blah, blah, blah. But here we are. We got a big hit, thumbs down. Do you recall that at all?
Maybe a little.
Okay. So Alex Bregman hits his first home run since Dwight D. Eisenhower was in office last night. And he did his thumbs down rounding third. He did his thumbs down rounding home. And then he tripled down and put a thumbs down on his Instagram story last night. And Jesse Rogers asked him about it before Wednesday's matinee. And this is what happened. He basically asked Bregman, does that mean anything? And Bregman said, no, whatever. And then Jesse Rogers, again, we didn't see the interview. Jesse Rogers then tweeted, and I like when he does this. He kind of interprets the body language of the guy because we can't actually see the interview. And he basically said, hey, this is totally just my thing. But I think Bregman meant, yes, it does mean anything, but I'm not telling you. And I just want to say this. It better not mean anything. Okay, I understand that it can be very annoying. People like me, I think I'm the poster boy of how annoying it is to play sports in today's era. You have guys every day criticizing your performance, regardless of the sport. It really is hard. Like, it's just, sports used to not be covered like this. That's why you get a lot of money. Turn off the screen if you're bothered by it. You know, everybody's being fair. You got $175 million. I just hope this isn't fan related and he's upset at the criticism because of what happened on Sunday. That would be disappointing. I thought he was better than that.
Yeah, skip the comments. Nothing to that level digitally should impact what you do on the actual field, especially after something you did well. That's the time to really flip that on itself and try to embrace you breaking out of the struggle. In his first year to get in a non-battle with the fans would be a real shame.
I don't think he's doing that. I want to be clear.
But why do the thumbs down?
Yeah, so I'm just getting out in front of it. And by the way, if you're not doing that, then come out and say what you're doing so then people know. And it was interesting because, like, and again, I'm overdoing this a little bit, but
just do the Cubs celebration.
Well, him and Pete like almost had like a stare down when Bregman homered, but it was more like a, hey, like, lad a boy, like it was positive, but it was just weird. The whole thing was weird, and I just thought posting it on Instagram last night was when I did. Petty. That's when I decided to put it in the show today. It was actually before he talked to Rogers. I was just like, something's odd here. He's putting his thumb down. You know, just be part of the team. Chicago's a great place to play. We're very fair here. I think we're a very fair city when it comes to our athletes. You start getting a few more base hits and find the basket every once in a while, you'll be beloved here just like everybody else if the team keeps winning. So, you know, hopefully that's nothing, but I just thought that was worth saying. Anything else?
This is one of the best fan bases on the planet. Conversation's going to happen. He doesn't need to respond. You know,
can the Reds win a game tonight?
I don't think so.
Well, they've played I feel like they play the Brewers every day and they lose every day.
Yeah, they stink.
I mean, the other day, you know, because I'll admit I'm starting to watch more Brewer games after we won 2 out of 3. I'm excited. The Reds are in it late and they give up
the Cubs gained no games this week.
They gave up a 3-run homer to Joey Ortiz.
Yikes!
To center field.
Says probably his first or second homer of the year.
He's one of the worst hitters in the land. Sox got beat today. They're in a real division race. What an exciting summer it's going to be in Chicago.
It's been nice so far. I think
you got the United States about to kick off in arguably the biggest soccer game they've played in. You have no interest in that, but it's something.
No, I'm gonna turn it on tonight.
Okay, the Bears should be good again, and and the Cubs and Sox should be in playoff races by the time they meet here in August when it's 107 degrees and I'm sleeping with ice on my neck.
July 4th is the second checkpoint, and both teams in the city are in the playoffs.
Wild. Very cool. Thank you for tuning into Locked On Cubs. Make sure you subscribe and follow so you get all the latest episodes. For those of you on video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 national Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio, make sure you make your second listen Locked On MLB. He's Matt Cozy. I'm Sam Olber. This, by the way, didn't have my broom the whole episode. Shame on me. I'm getting so used to these sweeps. Just realized we had a sweep and I didn't have a broom. I should sit out a show.